Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Ellie and this is my sister Phoebe. If you have watched my videos before, then you would have seen her in the My Sister Controls My Life for a Day video. If not, this is Phoebe. So today's video is going to be a little answering questions that guys are too afraid to ask girls kind of thing. So me and Phoebe have both sent messages to our friends, guy friends, female friends, anybody that kind of could ask some questions on, you know, what they thought that guys might want to know but are too afraid to ask. So yeah, we're just going to jump straight into the video. Okay, so number one is
jewellery attractive on guys? I love jewellery on guys, especially rings, like chunky rings, a nice watch and a chain.
I don't know, I think a chain can be quite attractive and a nice watch. Maybe a ring, not so sure. Definitely not earrings, to be honest with you. Don't really like that.
I guess it kind of depends.
Yeah, I think it also it depends on how they look and how they style it, I guess. If you use Paul Mescal as a example, he wears a silver chain in Normal People and he is sexy.
Just to let everyone know that McDonald's is back open and Phoebe's a very happy girl.
Did a little trip over there so that she could have some burger and chips. And I got myself a Coke because I'm on a diet, so. Next question.
Why do girls go for guys that treat them bad? I don't think we necessarily mean to do that, but I feel like it's a situation where if like a girl keeps going back to the same guy that keeps like fucking her over, I think it's more of a thing that obviously there's an initial relationship or whatever before, the girl really gets feelings and the boy just kind of takes that like as vulnerability and plays it as a game, and she won't realise until like it's fully over. I know I've been through that before. I'm kind of just blind to it. Just like, I feel like mysterious guys are kind of sexy, but not so much that it like pushes someone. I don't know, it's hard.
We were talking about it the other day actually, about like the cat and mouse kind of chasey game kind of thing. We both agreed that we find it attractive when like you both chase each other as a kind of thing. So like, you know, one day I might make loads of effort like chasing him and then the next he might make loads of effort chasing me. But when it gets to the point of like, I feel like I'm doing all the chasing and I'm the one that's trying to play the game, I just get bored and I just can't be bothered with it.
So not all girls go for like bad guys, and I don't think it's necessarily like they want to go for someone that's going to treat them like shit. I think it's just circumstance, really.
Next question.
How did girls deal with a breakup?
Well, I cry a lot, and then I think my fault personally is I then jump into something else too quickly, whether or not that's like a casual thing, or, you know, I try and convince myself that I've got feelings for somebody else just to purely like try and get over my last relationship.
I feel like with me though, like I feel like every breakup that I've had, I kind of just go into like silence a bit. I kind of like shut people out, and it's not like I don't do it intentionally. I just feel like I need to find myself again because I feel like I've been broken down by a failed relationship. I take a couple of days by myself just to like process the whole thing, and then I will just be like, right, where's my mates? We're going out, we're going to do something fun, like distract myself.
So yeah, I think we've both got very different ways of dealing with a breakup. You know, some girls just go straight on back out there, you know, and just jump on the next kind of person that they can see. But
it also kind of depends on the reason of the breakup, because if it was like the boy didn't feel like you were good enough or they cheated on you, sometimes it is just good to just bounce back and be like, 100%. What are you gonna do? Like, you made me into a better person. But sometimes it really does take its toll on people. It's just, you just have to have a good support network around you. Anyway, next question. FaceTime or text?
Very much depends on the person. Yeah,
like I'm not shy, but I feel like if I don't know someone so well, I just get all like on the phone.
I think I'm a rambler when I'm nervous, aren't I? I literally talk shit. And
whereas I'll just sit there like...
Yeah, and so I kind of like overcompensate for maybe if they're feeling a little bit more shy. I do think though, like particularly in lockdown, with where I have spoken to guys, or I've been speaking to someone, whatever, there comes to a point where just talking over text becomes
enough.
it becomes a little bit dull, and you kind of
Tedious.
yeah, you run out of things to say. I found myself with somebody at the beginning of lockdown literally just having the same conversation every day, but he just was adamant that he didn't want to FaceTime or call or anything like that, and it just fizzled out because, you know, it was there was nothing to talk about over text. So yeah, I definitely like FaceTime in certain situations if I'm
in a
comfortable
relationship, I will quite happily sit on FaceTime for most of the day, just like to be in your company. What's a turn on? I've got many.
enough. Yeah.
I like smell. If you smell sexy, that's just
Massive turn on.
like confident, but not like, I feel like a bit of shy and confident in one.
If you haven't noticed, Phoebe likes to interrupt when I'm trying to speak.
It's actually a problem. I
It
do
is a
not
problem.
realise I'm doing it. Genuinely, I do it to everyone. I apologise.
I think for me, it would be a good sense of like style, like clothes wise. I think because like if a guy rocks, if a guy rocks up in like trackies, I'm just like, could you not?
Grey trackies are so sexy.
Yeah, they are, but not when you're like if I'm first meeting somebody or we're going out on a date.
Oh yeah,
like,
100%.
dress up a little bit nicer, like even if it's just jeans and like a t-shirt, like that's nicer. It says more than fucking tracksuit. Also nibbling. If that counts.
No, it's the
Stuff like that, like playing with hair, like even just like kisses on the forehead.
oh my god.
Literally is the best thing, and it's so underrated. Makes you feel a bit special and safe, doesn't it? Next question.
Why are girls so picky about choosing a film or where to eat? Guilty as charged.
I can never make a decision anyway.
I'm so indecisive, but I feel like with food, it's like if I've got the choice, then I feel like I don't want to choose somewhere that's like they don't want to eat,
yeah, but
or
also
they're
like,
not going to enjoy it. I love pizza and Italian. Italian is like my go-to, and that's, if someone asks me where do you want to eat, I'd be like Italian.
I like making the other person happy as well, and like sometimes flipping the table. I always take into consideration like how expensive the place is. Like no matter if they're paying or I'm paying or we're splitting, I don't want to say somewhere that's like £34 for a steak.
A few moments later.
I'm sorry. That was good for me. I was like, oh. Let's round the question off. I think it's just because we don't want to choose somewhere that they're not going to fully enjoy.
Yeah.
Why do girls go to the toilet together?
I don't actually know.
It's like a routine, it's like a drill.
It's like a
drilled
subconscious thing.
into go. Yeah, like it's just a thing. Like, let's go to the toilet.
I mean,
Like, fix up your makeup. Especially if you're out or at a party or something, you go to the toilet for a gossip. Like, if something's happened or you're like planning to like say get with someone or like have an argument, or not an argument but like have a chat with someone or whatever. I feel like during a party especially, like, I haven't really been clubbing much, but I've been once.
legally. Next question.
It's kind of like the one we've done before. Do girls go for good guys? I'd quite happily have a nice guy over a bad boy, but I think for me, I start to think, is it too good to be true? Like,
True.
are they acting as if they're such a good person to cover up?
And you start
that-
doubting it.
Yeah, I'm such a doubter.
A pessimist. Both of us.
How do you tell a girl she doesn't need to wear makeup? Thanks for that, Tom Okino.
Was that who asked
Yeah.
it? I think that's a really good thing because, like, I've been watching, you know, on TikTok there's like this trend at the moment of boys answering questions that girls have for boys. A lot of them are based on makeup, and I think a lot of guys prefer less makeup, not necessarily no makeup at all. But I think when it comes to this, it's just a case of making sure that you think, if this is the case, that she's beautiful no matter if she wears makeup or not, but just say to her, like, I don't feel like you need to wear makeup to be pretty, like, I like your natural beauty, because I think that's like a massive compliment.
I find it a compliment, but also I've been in a relationship before. He didn't like it when I wore makeup because he felt that I'd get more attention, and he felt like I was better looking or whatever, and that kind of upset me as well, because I felt like I don't wear makeup a lot and I'm comfortable not wearing makeup, but when I do wear makeup, it makes me feel good, and if
Yeah,
someone's telling me not to because it's gonna affect their ego as such.
This definitely counts for me and Phoebes. We don't wear makeup. I mean, I do to an extent, okay, that's a lie, but I don't wear it just to impress people. Like, even in lockdown, I've pretty much been wearing makeup for like the last 2 weeks every day because it makes me feel better. I'm not actually seeing anybody, but it makes me feel better in myself. Like, I'll get up, I'll do my workout, have a shower, have my breakfast, put a face of makeup on, and I'm ready for the day. Like, I don't think it's anything more than that. Like, yes, of course, when I go out clubbing and stuff, I might make a little bit more effort with it, but then at the end of the day, like, it's a face of makeup. Some girls look completely different with it, without it anyway. So what does it really matter?
Yeah. So why do girls get angry at boys and then they want, so it's just a scenario. So might say your boyfriend has done something to annoy you, so you're in a pissed off mood, and then you kind of get over it and you want affection from them. But now the boy doesn't want to give you affection because you've just been annoyed at him. So then you get annoyed again.
Are we just fickle creatures?
Yeah, I feel like it's just
I
don't know, but
girl
not
thing.
all girls are the same.
No.
Like,
we are fickle, and like, I think because we're so hormonal as well, and this is not an excuse at all, but because we are so hormonal, sometimes, you know, we get ourselves into a bit of a tiz, and then, you know, we get out of it and we kind of like, we're like, why are you angry that we're not pissed off anymore, kind of thing.
But I was watching a video actually earlier, and people were talking about girls get angry. Like, girls will quite happily tell you that they're upset about something that you haven't upset them about, but when it comes to you upsetting them, they're more reluctant to tell you, because I feel like if you're telling someone that they've upset you and then you want to be affectionate afterwards, I feel like in the back of my mind I'd be like, I've probably just really pissed them off because they've done something that they didn't realise that would annoy me, and it's upset me and it's caused an argument. So I get what you're coming from, but I just feel like it's just confusing for both, really. What is the first thing you notice in a guy, looks-wise and then personalities-wise?
For looks-wise, I think it would be their smile is a big thing for me. Like, I don't know, I just like it. And eyes particularly. I mean, my type typically is taller and fairly muscly. I don't like huge guys at all because it's quite intimidating and I'm quite small. If you were to give me a lineup of guys, the taller one with like nice hair, nice teeth and a nice smile would probably be the one that I'd go for. Personality wise, definitely somebody that's caring and like wants to check that you're okay, kind of thing. Somebody that, you know, will take the time out of their day to message you, respectful, loyal. I can't stand people that are liars either. So if you're like honest as well, like, and also like we were talking about this the other day, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing when a guy's a softie. Like, I actually quite like it. I like when a guy's a little bit more nervous to like meet me, or, you know, because it shows that actually in some way that they actually do care. Because I feel like if a guy's just really eager to be like, yeah, let's just meet up, it's like, well, how many other girls are you saying that to? Like, I don't really trust it, and like that's where our pessimistic side comes in a little bit more. As much as obviously I was saying that I like the chase and stuff, I do think you can kind of get that with somebody that's still a little bit more reserved.
It's just a balance,
reserved.
really.
Yeah.
You have to find the right balance. For me, looks, I'd probably say smile or teeth, and just like, I just like a really like chiseled face. And personality, honesty for me, I cannot stand liars. Honesty is the best policy. Like, even if you're in trouble, if you're just honest from the start, then people can help you get out of the mess. But the more you lie, the bigger the mess gets. And I like someone who's really family orientated.
Oh, 100%.
I love that. I love a mummy's boy.
Yeah, we've got a baby godson, and I always, and our grandpa as well, I think, is another person that, you know, we won't introduce somebody to, particularly our grandpa, until we know that they're kind of worth it. And then I kind of actually gauge how well the relationship might pan out on the way that they interact with my grandpa and the baby, because like both of them are massive parts of my life, obviously including our mum. I'm really into, like, you know, a guy coming over for dinner, or like just chilling out with our family, or if we went to the zoo or something, he could come along. And I feel like if they don't get on, it makes the day so awkward that I don't actually enjoy it. So
like, our family are quite welcoming. Like, some of my exes, I've been able to just like leave them there, like whilst I've gone off to do something, and then like come back and they're just like chilling with my mum in the living room. What means more to you, looks or personality? Personality, 100%.
when you get to know somebody, but I do think that this comes from Jed Barker's, Saffron Barker's brother, because they did a similar kind of thing, but for boys. He quite rightly said, if you see somebody walking down the street, you're going to be like, oh, she's got a nice ass, or oh, he's got a nice face, not, oh, he looks really caring. Because also I do think as well, like, some guys look a completely different way to how they actually act.
It's good to have like the sexual attraction as well though, because 100%. I feel like if you're not actually attracted to that person, then it's not going to happen. Is size really that important? I don't think so. I genuinely think it's about how you use it.
Yeah, definitely.
And how you make the girl feel like, and it's just a connection between you two, really.
It's just an instrument. It's how well you can play it. But that's basically it, isn't it? It's something that everybody has, whether or not
you can't control.
No, whether or not it's huge or small doesn't really matter. Sex isn't just about, as disgusting as this sounds, a penis going into a vagina. It's like like Phoebe said, the connection that you have with them, and you know the way in, like, you know, I'm listening to what he wants, he's listening to what I want.
100%.
So no, I don't think it matters.
Would you prefer night in or night out? 50-50. I love nights in.
Where did you come from? Oh, sorry.
I love nights in, like being all cuddly, watching a film and blah blah blah. But I also think it would be cute, like having a boyfriend that you can go like clubbing with, like with your friends, or like just like going out. Date nights are cute.
Even going to the pub, like with your mates, and just like hanging out with them. Like, I actually really like it, and I know that some guys have a bit of a problem with their girlfriend being friends with their friends, which I kind of understand, kind of don't. But
we don't really get on with girls.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Me and Phoebe are very much more, we have girlfriends, but more of our friends are male, purely because we kind of had the same mindset as them. I think they are so much less bitchy, and me and Phoebe, really, as much as some people might think we are, we're really not bitchy people.
I used to be. I put my hands up. I used to be a right big mouth. I feel like I've just grown up now, and there's no need for drama. It's just so unnecessary, and like it's really unattractive, I think, if a girl's petty and argumentative.
100%. If it's with a guy, I do quite like a night in, you know, takeaway, just being in my pajamas, or even like cute date nights in, like where either one of us like makes dinner for the other, like that. I find that quite sexy and attractive.
But I also feel like nights in can make you connect more as well.
100%.
It's just you two.
100%.
What's the best way to show a girl you're interested? Effort.
Making effort is a big one, I think, because like I think I might have just mentioned it a little bit earlier, like if she's messaging you and you're not really kind of giving the same back, she's probably not going to think you're interested, and she's probably just going to give up and get bored. Remembering
the little things, like if like you have conversations about stuff, even if it was like weeks, months ago, just be like, oh, how's this going, or like blah blah blah. Like I think it's just nice when they remember stuff about you, and like calling you in like nicknames and just stuff like that, just hinting that you're interested. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory.
So I do think that it gets to a point where, like we were talking about this earlier, about, you know, when does it get to the stage where you say like, I'm genuinely interested in,
you
like,
have to have that
you have to have that conversation, because particularly in times now, I feel like you do actually have to have that conversation and make it known that you are just talking to that person, and see whether they're just talking to you. I mean, I stress so badly that, you know, somebody's not as interested as in me as I am in them, and so then I start getting really anxious and paranoid, and then end up kind of
ruining it.
Yeah.
Does body count matter to you?
No, not really. I think if it's like really, really high, then maybe, because I'm kind of then guessing like, are you a bit of a fuckboy? You know, a guy might have been a fuckboy for a while and has actually decided that he wants to like settle down as such with somebody. So that completely changes it.
That was one of my situations. One of my exes, he'd slept with 40 people before me, and when I first found out, I was like, I don't really know what to take from it, because I didn't know whether to trust him when he was telling me that it wasn't gonna go up. But it does, like, you just have to trust people and give them a chance, because people could have slept with 50 people before they've met you, and you could be the last person that they sleep with.
Yeah,
because people do change and people's ways change. I think it just depends on like situations as well. It's the last one.
Last question.
How much do girls talk about boys?
Oh mate,
Too much.
Yeah.
I was actually really interested to find out if boys talked about girls, and they don't really. And it's actually kind of
quite upsetting.
Yeah, because we talk about boys pretty much. 75% of our conversations are about boys.
I personally do, purely because I get so stressy. I need advice from people.
But I feel like that's what girls can like connect with. And,
100%.
That is another reason why we go to the toilet together.
Yeah, talk about boys. So that is all of our questions. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, then don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video. Comment down below what you'd like to see next, and maybe even if you want Phoebe in another video, what you'd like to see. If you want a part 2 to this, we could always do that, you know, find some more questions and things like that, because I do think we're quite honest and open about things, so we're not overly bothered about, you know, saying how it is. Again, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.